Hey, how about tribe? How y'all doing today? I'm sitting here off the water, just being in the present moment, journaling, and a thought just came upon my mind. Something that I've been noticing in some sweet souls, you know, strangers or, people that I just hear talking about their loved ones and stuff like that. And that is, why do people feel the need to settle? Why is it that people feel like in order to make another person happy, they gotta dim their light? They gotta, sit up there and put up with stuff that they're not happy with. They don't want to speak their truth. They don't want to come up and try to resolve and make a resolution to where they both are content in a relationship or in a friendship or in a, platonic work relationship. You know, it's just alarming to see that people feel like they have to suffer or they have to, put up with stuff just to keep the peace. And I resonate with this because I see a lot of this from, how I used to be, and me having this awareness now, I have gained a realization that you don't have to dim your light for people. You want to speak your truth. If you're not happy in a situation, you want to speak up about that. You want to be able to have that open relationship with your partner and go to your partner and say, hey, I don't like the way you speak to me, or I don't like the way you treat me, or whatever the case is, or friendship. You feel like that person, they sometimes they, are there as a genuine friend, and sometimes they're not. It could be any situation where you feel like you're dimming your light. Like, you don't have to dim your light. You don't have to suffer. Like, it's I feel so passionate about it, and when I hear people talk to me, like, I gravitate to people. People talk to me about their life stories all the time. Like, I could just be in public, just shopping, and people feel the need to spark up a conversation. And I'm blessed to be able to, speak to people and let them have a enlightened moment, or just feel more at ease about, different thoughts that they might have on their mind or something. But, I spoke to somebody, and, how can you be in a situation where you feel like you just can't speak? And I know it's probably hard. That person have to learn the lessons to, open up their throat chakra and be able to speak up for themselves, and not think that they have to stay silent to keep the peace, because all that's going to do is, you know, make stuff pile up, pile up, pile up, And when this individual was telling me that, they picked up habits to self-soothe, to be able to deal with their situation, and when you on the outside looking in, it's easy to, to see, but that's so have to see within themselves about the situation that they're putting themselves in. I know wholeheartedly, I'm meant to not only take what I learned through my life experiences and help people on this earth to live a more freer, enlightened, and fulfilled life. Because when I tell you that, it's not fun dimming your light, it's not fun not being authentic and just pretending to be happy when you're not. Like, you shouldn't have to pretend to be happy. That's a heavy, heavy weight to carry. And it's not a person's job to expect you to fill their cup, and you got your own cup you have to fill, your own things, and this is where relationships with people get heavy, because people be, wanting others to prioritize their happiness. That's your job to prioritize your own happiness. Anything that somebody do on the outside is extra. Like, it's your duties to fill your cup. It's your duties to sit with yourself and see what it is that your soul needs. How can you prioritize your own happiness? Because you attract who you are. You mirror your outside. So if you're in a situation where, you can point and pick and complain, then it's time for you to go within. It's time for you to go within and see what it is that needs to be healed, that needs to come up within you, so you can be able to live the life that you desire, where you're not feeling like you're stuck in a miserable situation. You don't have to stay in a situation that you're not happy in. Open up, speak up for yourself. And I know, coming up, I know when I was a kid, I was taught not to speak my truth, oh, your thoughts or your ideas didn't matter. So it let me grow up holding in my emotions and my feelings, because it made me feel like what I felt didn't matter. So, I'm so grateful and blessed to understand that was just false. That was just a narrative that was just put up on me that's not true. And I'm so grateful that I was able to still shed those layers from that past. I'm still a walking, an example of constantly learning and growing and evolving and raising my self-awareness and things that need to come up. Sometimes we don't realize how much stuff that we're holding on to within us that's hindering our growth, that's sabotaging our relationships, our self-concept. Like, the way you see yourself eternally is important. You can have all these goals for yourself. You can have this vision, but if you don't feel that is you are worthy of that, you are capable of doing that, it's going to be harder, and it's going to feel like the weight of the world is against you, and it's not. So I came on here to give a little bit of empowerment advice by saying your voice is meant to be heard. You are meant to be happy. You are meant to live a fulfilled life. And if you show up for yourself every single day, pour into yourself, the routine does not have to be hard, okay? Like, I have a morning ritual where I love being by the water. Whether that's walking, I come out here, I journal. I get out here and write. I think about my different ideas, and I just sit in peace. I mingle with some of the locals, and I'm just so blessed and grateful to be in this space where I don't have to hustle and grind and just force life and just feel like life is against me or life is so hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, we all gonna experience contrast, but it's all about how we show up during that contrast. Our mindset is important on how we deal with things. How are you going to navigate that struggle? How are you going to navigate that hardship? How are you going to navigate the difficulties in your life? Or are you going to do something that's going to sabotage you even more and make you feel even more unworthy, even more not capable of having what it is that you want? So, my loves, take this day to prioritize, write down a list about what it is that's going to tap into your cup of being overflowed and fulfilled within you. Because external validations is just extra. Like, that's something that, you know, should not be relied upon for your overall happiness and fulfillment. Because I'm gonna tell you, other humans, they have their own obligations. So, you know, relying on somebody to make you happy or tell you that they love you or tell you that you're doing such a great job, you know, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You know, like I tell my kids, don't wait on the mailman to drop you off some happiness. You have to sit with yourself and figure out what it is within you that you need right now, because we can't read another person's mind. We don't know what they're feeling on the other side. A person have to communicate those to us, and can't expect for us to fill the voids within them. You know, we are here to help learn and heal and grow from one another, and everybody have to do their part. Everybody have to do their part. So I hope y'all have an amazing day. I'm gonna continue to enjoy this view. It is a blessing, and I will see you in the next boost. Bye.